Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nancy and this is Un Petit Budget, or a small budget. On this channel, I make cash stuffing videos where I budget in cash. This method has helped me enormously to change my relationship with money in a positive way. I hope it inspires you in your own journey. If you're interested in this type of content, stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm doing a cash condensing video where I replace real money with some prop money, so that way I don't have that much cash in the house and it goes back to the bank. So this represents what is in my envelope. This is the second time I'm filming a cash condensing video. I completely revamped my placeholders, so I just want to show you what I did this time. So if you're watching from Canada, you'll recognize these. Those are the same style of bills that I grew up with. So I was trying to kind of replicate that, but also make it my own. So I completely changed every detail on the bill, on the prop bill. And I'll show you every single one of them, and I'll explain a bit what I did for them. So the cities represented here are inspired by the people who support this channel. So if you have ever left me a comment or made a purchase through my Etsy shop, I try to include your city, province, or territory over here. So I'll present you every single one of them. If you prefer to skip ahead and watch the cash condensing, I'll try to put a timestamp over here. Alright, so let's get started. So for the 2000 placeholder, it's inspired by Vancouver. So you can see 2000, the city of Vancouver, the skyline over here. I just added a little note here so you know what city I'm talking about. And here it just says 2000, 2000, prop money, un petit budget. And this is a money placeholder. The only issue I have with these is that I wanted to have a little holographic square here, and the way that the old bills had, I really loved it at first, but then I really wanted to add 2K, or you know, the amount it was, but I dislike the air pocket it created here. So I think it just ruins the illusion that it is a real bill. So I'm working on that. So these placeholders that I currently have, I'm going to use for this video, but once I release the right ones, or ones that I'm satisfied with, I'll make a short video to let you know that they're available. All right, so that's for the 2000 placeholder. The 1000 one I showed you before in one of my other videos. It's Montreal and Montreal skyline. It's a nice burgundy. This is like a forest green. The 500 one is Calgary, Alberta. Again, the skyline over here. And I don't know if I'm being too picky, but again, I don't like the air pocket created over here. The 200 is Toronto, Ontario. The color here, it's based from the $2 bill from Canada. We used to have a $2 bill back in the day, but now there are coins. The 101, so we have Whitehorse from Yukon. So I put some trees and little bears. You can barely see them here. And deers. And lastly, Moncton, New Brunswick. So I've been receiving a lot of love from New Brunswick. So I just want to say a big thank you. I appreciate you all. Merci beaucoup de votre soutien. Vraiment, je le sens à quel point vous êtes présents. I was not aware that New Brunswick was a bilingual province. And so I'm just so happy that I have discovered that now. And I feel very blessed for all the love you guys have been showing me. So obviously I wasn't able to represent all the cities, but I can always do other props, right? And if ever you have any special requests, let me know through my Etsy shop. Like I said, I'm not entirely happy with these right now. I love the design itself, but the final touch is what's a bit I'm still working on. So these will be launching on Tuesday, November 14th. And I will let you know what the new design looks like. I'll obviously have pictures on my Etsy shop so you can take a look to see if you like the design before you make your purchase. So let's get started. For this cash condensing, I'm more prepared, so I have my calculator and I have a pen and paper so I can write down how much money is going to the bank so I know the final count at the end, so I know how much money needs to go back. Today, I'm also counting my coins. I'm really excited about that. So we'll get started with my high priority binder. So these were my old placeholders. They were clear with some vinyl on them. I feel like because I watch other cash stuffing videos, you know, we all are inspired by each other, and I was really trying to find my own identity. And I think the new placeholders that I have here represent more what I want to show in my videos. My emergency fund now has 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, 310, 315, 320, 325, $330. So let's get organized over here. Okay. So these are going to go back. So $320. So I'm going to keep 20 over here. And I'm going to put 200 and 100. Sorry, I'm trying to get organized over here. So $320 in my emergency fund. And so this is what I'm taking to the bank. Let's give it a count. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, $160. I just took a note of that so I remember later on. Okay, so let's move on. So my emergency fund, mon coussin financier. Now, baby needs, besoin de bébé, has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So 100 is going back to the bank. So I'm putting this placeholder to represent that money that is in my bank account. Car, auto, has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, $220. So I'm gonna leave the 20 over here and I'm gonna add a 200 placeholder. So I'm bringing back to the bank, it should be $200. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. So $200. Major throwback. All right, medical santé. Medical santé has 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75, $80. So we're just gonna swap those bills for 20s. 20, 40, 60, $80. Pet care, soins d'animaux, has 20, 40, 60, 80. So I can't condense anything over here. Student loan prêt étudiant has 150, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 265, 270, 275, $280. Okay, so student loan prêt étudiant has 250, 270, $280. Home maintenance, entretien de maison, has $10, so I can't do much with it. I'm just gonna put a nicer 10 over here. Work license, permis de pratique, has 150, 200, 220, 230, 235, 240, 245, 250, 255, 260, 265, 270, 275, 280, $285. That's an odd number. Let me count that again. 150, 200, 220, 230, 235, 240, 245, 250, 255, 260, 265, 270, 275, 280, $285. It is correct. So $285. So $285. I already have 120 in the bank. So that means I have 165 in cash. So 150 should go back to the bank. So 50, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120, 125, 130, 135, 140, 145, 150. So 150 is going back to the bank. Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. It's really, again, more confusing than it looks. So my total should remain $285. So I have 250, 270, 280, $285. I think I'm getting mixed up because I had some placeholders in here before. So we'll get better at this the more we do it. So that's it for my high priority binder. Let's move on to my low priority binder. So let's see what we could do in household. It only has $10, so household ménage has $10. Beauty, I think I'm gonna keep in cash because I pay her in cash anyway. So it has $20. Beauty, soins esthétiques. Clothing, vêtements, I think we can condense a bit. Clothing, vêtements has $10, $25, $35, $40. I forgot to show you the before and after of my envelopes. Support small petite entreprise has $10, $15, $25, $35. So we could put a 20. Birthdays, fête only has $10, so we'll leave as is. Holidays, férié, let's see what we can do over here. So holidays has $10, $25, $35, $45, $55. So we'll keep a 5. And we'll add a 50. So 50 has gone back to the bank. I'll just make a note of that. Okay, so giving has $5, $10. We'll just put in a nicer bill. Miscellaneous divers has $10 as well. Okay, so that's it for my low priority binder. Let's move on to my long-term goals. So this is my before. Retirement fund, fonds de retraite has 50, 100, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 185, $190. Makes sense. And this is 90. So let's put 50 back. Let's put 50 back. Right. So 50. And this I'm just gonna switch over here to make some change. And this is already in the bank. My retirement fund now has $150, $170, $190, so what it had initially. Baby E Savings, épargne de bébé. Baby E Savings, épargne de bébé has $120, $130, $140, $150, $160, $170, $180, $190, $200, $210, $215, $220, $225, $230, $235, $240, $245, $250, $255, $260, $265, $270, $275, $280, $285. Là, il y a 200. So let's start with putting back 100 here. And then another 100, 10, 50, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so 100 is going to the bank. So I have 200. So this should be 85. So 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, and what, $85. So I'm keeping a 5 and I need 80 from the bank. So Baby E Savings now has 250 to 70 to 80, $285. So placeholders also make your goals easier to count. Month ahead, mois d'avance. Month ahead, mois d'avance has 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 175, 180, 185, 190, 195, $200. Okay, so I'm just going to replace it with a 200 placeholder. So it's way thinner now. So that's it for my long-term goals. Let's move on to my savings challenges. So this, I think I'm not gonna condense as much because I redistributed after. So in my other envelopes, 20, 35, 45, 55. Maybe we could do, so let's do 2 10s here. 5, 10, 15, 20. So let's do 2 10s to have some change. So Cozy Season has 20, 30, 40, $55. Let's look at Back to School. Back to School has 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120, 125, $130. Yeah, okay, so let's do a 20, maybe 2 other 10s, oh, this one, it needs to go, so I said 2 10s. So we should still have $130 over here. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 115, 120, 125, $130. Okay. All right, so that's it for my savings challenges. Let's move on to my savings binder. I don't think I'm going to put any placeholders over here. I'm just going to see if I can condense anything. So for my 30 envelope, I already have a 20 and a 10, so that should be okay. I want to keep cash all in this binder particularly. And 75, I think I can do something over here. So 20, 45, 55, 65, $75. So I think I could do 20, 20 and a 5. So this should be 50. 25, 35, 45, $50. So we'll do a $50 bill. And my other envelope only has $5 in it, so that's fine. Okay, so that's it for my savings binder. I will be giving this money a count. I'm just gonna add up how much needs to go to the bank. So I have $930. I think I'm off, but we'll see. Okay, so this is going back to the bank. I have a lot of 5s. That's, you know, how I do it. So I will count this pile and then I'll count them separately to make sure that I have the exact count, and we'll leave the coins for last. So let's give this money a count. I'll just split this here. I think it's gonna be easier if I leave the 5s to the side. $50, $100, $20, $40, $60, $80, $200, $220, $240, $260, $270, $280, $290, $300, $310, $320, $330, $340, $350, $360, $370, $380, $390, $400, $410, $420, $430, $440, $450, $460, $470, $480, $490, $500, $500, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $600, $600, $55, $65, $75, $85, $95, $700, $705, $10, $15, $25, $35, $45, $55, $65, $75, $85, $95, $800, $5, $10, $15, $25, $35, $45, $55, $65, $75, $85, $90, $95, $800, $900, sorry, $900, $5, $10, $15, $25, $35, $45, $55, $65, $75, $85, $95, $1,000, $1,000, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80. $1,080. Sign this thing, sign compound, sign compound, sign test, sign out, sign signs from this thing, $1,080 in bills. So I'm going to recount that separately to make sure I didn't make a mistake. So I'm just gonna fast forward this so you don't have to hear me count everything. So I have $1,080 going back to the bank. Okay, so let's move on to our coins. I'm gonna fast forward this section as well. Okay, so I have $72.20 in change, so plus $1,080. So I'm bringing back $1,152.20 to the bank. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave a like if you like the video, and also please consider subscribing if you like this type of content. I'm sorry I was a bit all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. Let me know in the comments what you think of the placeholders and what you'd like to see next. Bye! À bientôt!